So this is a little, I guess, bonus video of my top 10 list of 2018 movies. And this is a bit of a different list. This isn't the top 5 worst movies of the year exactly. I mean, in my opinion, they probably are. But this is more of a list that's made because they made me the most angry. This is my top 5 movies that made me most angry of 2018. And maybe a lot of people who aren't like movie nerds and everything, people that aren't big fans of movies and everything, well, they don't affect their lives that much. They don't think about it that much, which is totally normal and fair enough and probably a good thing. But as for me though, some movies may have an effect on my mental health. Okay, look, I get it. Suspiria has some fantastic horror elements to it. It's definitely got something going on there that's purposefully weird. It does a fantastic job with dread, and it's not a bad looking film. I'll give it that. I don't think that this is a bad movie exactly, but I fucking hated it. Look, it's not bad on a technical level, but it's just, it's really, really boring. And look, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not the artsy-fartsy film critic person that's just gonna lie and tell you that I understood every aspect to it, because I did not fucking understand this movie. I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck happened. And I sat there for the entire time. This is like nearly a 3-hour movie, and I sat there because I had to drive like an hour and a half out or something past the city or whatever, because there was only one cinema showing this movie at like one particular time. Really went out of my way to go see this because I was interested. I wanted to support a movie like this, and you know what? It was a waste of fucking time. And the most frustrating part is that it really did feel like it could have been so much more, because it did have a lot of good aspects to it. Just, it had potential, and by the trailer it looked like it was going to be really cool. I was expecting to love it. As I said, there was still quite a lot to appreciate here. It wasn't a bad movie, I guess, but it was bogged down by just weirdness. Like, it felt very jumbled up. Like, there were scenes where there were like the ballerinas, I don't know, dancing or whatever. That's cool. And then there's like some creepy voodoo doll ballerina stuff going on. Best part of the movie, by the way. And then it would cut to like this old guy that had nothing to do with anything, and I didn't understand what the fuck the point of that was. And it was just really, really boring, and would spend like half an hour at a time focusing on this boring shit instead of being with the ballerinas doing like cool horror stuff. And it was just like, why? This movie just felt really jumbled and out of order, especially the first half. I have to say, the first half killed me. I was dead during the second half. And then it got a bit good, and I was interested. I was intrigued. Then it got bad again, and then it got kind of cool again, and I'm like, hey, maybe I'm gonna like this by the end. And then I fucking hated it again. There's some good stuff, but there's not much. For a moment, everything seemed like it was headed towards an answer, and I was finally going to understand what was going on. It was going to be one of those movies where I'm like, oh, that's why that happened. And I was going to go back and be like, yes, this makes sense. I understand this now. Nope. It took a long time to get there, and I still don't understand what the fuck happened in this movie. So, I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot. I probably am. Maybe this movie's not as complicated as, like, it seems to me or something. But this isn't the top 5 worst movies of the year. This is the top 5 movies that made me most angry. So, you can't tell me I'm wrong. Loophole. Slenderman. I don't even know what to say about this one. It's just fine. It's just so mediocre. I mean, is it even mediocre? I don't know. It's not very good, and I think we all kind of know that. But what made me most angry about this movie wasn't even about the film itself. It was about the release date. This movie came out like a decade fucking too late. No one cares about Slenderman. A Slenderman movie came out in 2018. That makes no sense. That frustrated the hell out of me. And it really felt like this would have been like studios pushing this thing because, I don't know, maybe they clicked on a random link and saw that it was really popular and didn't understand that it was from years ago or something. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense. But this movie was just way too late. No one cares about Slenderman, and it wasn't very good. Ready Player One. I know. It's a controversial choice. I'm aware. Spielberg, popular book, popular movie. It's got popular pop culture references. It's got things going for it. It's got fans. And you know what? It's also got great CGI, and it's a great looking film. It's just that everything else next to it is utterly, entirely lazy. I've seen this film before. I mean, this concept is a Futurama episode, literally. It's not as clever as it thinks it is. It's not as original as it thinks it is. And, boy, I fucking tell you, it's not as cool as it thinks it is either. Ready Player One is just fine, and nothing more. But, you know, fuck me, because there's Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles in it or something. And so I guess it's the greatest movie ever, and everybody loves it so much because the Iron Giant is there, and it's so cool to see the Iron Giant in a movie. Woo! Because this is references the movie. This is just a bunch of references, and it's so cool, but it's just lazy. Yes, I loved the Iron Giant as a kid as well. Doesn't make the movie good. Life of the Party. It just pained me to watch all of the jokes fall flat. It hurts to see the mediocrity in every shot. Sure, this film is maybe, possibly, just passable. But at the same time, it's not. Fuck you, I hate it. First Purge. Fuck me, I paid money for this.
Dollars like money?
I actually bought the DVD for this because I thought all the other Purge movies are like, okay, they're kind of fun. Let's get the first Purge. How bad could it be? It'll probably be an okay Saturday night type of thing. Let's buy it. Let's watch it. Regrets? This is a racist, brainless, shitty piece of shit. I can't even express how much I fucking hate it. I spent $20 on the fucking DVD. I own it. It's behind me somewhere. I don't want to... Why didn't I chuck it out? I think I might just chuck it out because I hate it so much. Almost every single black character in this film is a criminal. They're part of a gang, and they're all poor, and they're all criminals. If you were to believe this movie, that is how black people are. They're not just like, you know, normal people like they are actually in real life. They're not just like everybody else. They are all poor and all criminals. Which, I mean, come on. Black people are just normal people. Shh, don't tell anyone the first Purge. But something about this movie that really kind of annoyed me and made me not be able to relate to it at all is that I'm not a criminal, okay? And the criminals in this movie were portrayed as these fantastic hero people. And sure, this can be done right. I mean, it's been done before where you root for the bad guy. But in this movie, it's just these like brainless fucking hoodlum people. And it's like, you're supposed to think that they're really cool. Especially the main like gang leader guy in this movie. There's this one scene where he's like such a fucking cool guy, man. Where he's like having sex with these two women and then, I don't know, you find out that they betrayed him or something for some fucking reason. And then he like bashes them and he's like bashing these two women and you're supposed to think, whoa, how cool, he was having sex with them and now he's bashing them. And I just don't understand exactly what the intentions were behind this scene, what exactly I was supposed to be thinking about it, because it's no good. And then on the other side, all the white people are like these cartoonishly evil villains, and they're all setting the black people up in the Purge to kill each other so they can somehow make money or something. It doesn't make any sense. Look, it just sucks. It doesn't hold up anywhere near the Purge movies, not even 3, which isn't even that good. This is just a piece of shit. Don't watch it. And the thing is, like Suspiria, I feel like this could have been so much more. It really could have been an interesting insight into America and the idea of the Purge films. It could have been like a setting stone for the series, and it could have been a bit different from the rest of them. Instead, it goes for similar kind of shit, but just told terribly. And just in this weird racist kind of way, and about these terrible people that I don't like. I feel like, though, this movie could have been so much better if it was about who the main character I think is meant to be, who is the younger kind of kid who was influenced by the main gang. And, you know, so he's trying to impress his kind of peers and everything, but he's also trying to be a good guy. And, you know, those two things don't exactly go together in his world. And it's an interesting conflict that I wanted to see more of. It actually could have been a good movie if it focused on that more. And I feel like if the villains were a little less cartoony and there was a little more realistic social commentary being made here. Like, I understand the Purge being made for political reasons, trying to get the percentages of crime down and all that stuff. I get that there's some smarter kind of political stuff going on, or at least the movie seems to want you to think that. I can get behind that. I can kind of buy into some of that stuff. But this movie just hates white people, loves black people, and thinks they're all criminals, and is just racist and weird and bad. It could have had so much more subtlety to it, but it just didn't. Oh, it was just stupid. That's all. That's my list. That's my list. Like and subscribe. Call me Kevin. Good channel. Watch him. Oh shit.